No, right? All right, so everybody's smelling, right? I'm gonna shut this big light. As you're taking those big breaths, I want you to close your eyes. I want you to breathe a nice inhale and out breath through the mouth, open, soft lips, H-A. As you just take your own pace, your own breath, breathe it in and up. Notice physically, where am I holding tension? Check in with your body. Just no judgment. Where am I? What am I noticing? On every out breath, let that go. Give it to the earth. We're filling up with nice, clean energy. We're blowing out all the stale, stagnant, physical energy. And I want you to give yourself a number on a 0 to 10 scale. 10 being intense. Where am I physically? I'm kind of inquiring into whatever you're holding. What is this that I'm holding? Asking the self. On the next inhale, breathing in from that belly, from that deep, below the belly button. Let that belly expand like a big balloon. Breathe in and up. Blow out with that H-A. And check in with yourself. Where am I emotionally? What am I holding? What is this physical tightness, sensation? What might it be emotionally? And again, 0 to 10, 10 being intense or most intense. Put a number on it. And then finally, where am I relative to stress? Today, how was my day? How did I deal with stress? How did I react? Did it run me? 0 to 10, 10 being intense, being like stress 1. This time I want you to breathe in, and as you breathe in, you tighten your legs, your feet, your legs, your hips, all the way up. As you're breathing in, progressively tighten, 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 all the way, lift those shoulders, squeeze the fists, hold the energy, and release it. Going to do that a couple more times. Breathing in from the feet, tighten up the legs through the hips, into the core, all the way up. Pick up those shoulders. Brace, hold, shake, let it go. And again, same thing. Bring it in, bring it up, fully up, 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 up. Hold, tighten the fists, shake those hands, let it go. And then a couple breaths normal for yourself. Just notice, where's my breath? Where's my mind? Just coming back into center, into the belly, those hips on the floor, on the earth, plugged in, connected. And just checking in, where am I this evening? What is it that I would like to receive? Underneath, it's this full moon energy, this feminine energy, very emotional energy. What is it that I'd like to leave here in this room? What is it that I would like to invite in? Under the full moon, we're purging the old, stepping into the new, the realization of that true, authentic self. What is it that I need, that I haven't acted upon? What am I ready for? I want you to lift that gaze up through the third eye, and on the in-breath, you breathe in, and at the top, as you gaze through that third eye, I am grateful for this, whatever it is you're bringing tonight, this energy, this peace, this connectedness, whatever it is. Breathe out. 2 more like that, breathing all the way in and up, gazing up through the third eye. When we look up, we can only think positively, uplifted, grateful for whatever it is. again, let it go. Let all the stagnant stuff go on that out breath. And again, big breath in. Drink it up, gazing up. Set your intention. Drop all the stagnant, stale stuff. Let it go. And then I want you to slowly come back into the room. You can start to just open your eyes. And I just want to give you a little bit about tonight. Tonight's about discernment. We're really searching for discernment. Who wants to tell me what's discernment? What is discernment? Anybody?
Have to do with like boundaries, having healthy boundaries towards something.
Having healthy boundaries. And what's the difference between judgment and discernment?
Discernment comes from love and self-care, self-worth. So there's no ego or judgment involved in that, because it's like tuning in with your higher self, and your higher self knows what's right and wrong for you. So that's what I meant by like boundaries kind of thing.
Good. So ego, judgment, so that element of judgment we all come into this world with, right? We inherit it. And then discernment is something we need to work at. Discernment is something that, it's like right now this full moon represents the purging of all the shit that we've collected, right? Whether it's mistaken beliefs, ego, personality, right? We inherit aspects that we believe are our personality, which it really, maybe a small bit of it might be accurate. But it's really coming back to truth, right? Truth or harmony. And truth, everybody, we all have our little different perspective on truth, right? But most conflict arises from us not understanding your truth and your truth. It's just our experience. We each bring a little bit of flavor, right? But a lot of times we lack discernment, which is that sense of ground zero. Ground zero, like you flush all the stuff out and you know how you feel because it's your own experience. It's no theory. It's no, collecting more research. It's who am I? How do I feel about that? But we live so numbed out and so overwhelmed, so much in ego, oftentimes, that we lack that sense of clarity. That's all in the belly. And we lack the connection to harmony. What's harmony? Bliss for you. What's harmony for? And peace. Balance. Harmony. Balance.
Ease.
Huh?
Ease.
Connection. So last week, which you can listen to later, but it was all about balance, right? And energy being balanced. But balance is great. Our system is a balanced, self-regulating, powerful, self-healing system. We just got to give it the right stuff to do its job. But balance to me implies kind of stagnant. We want to be moving. We want our energy to move in a forward direction, right? Does harmony imply to any of you? What else beyond? What does harmony? How do you get harmony? How do you get that?
Alignment.
Or how do you get aligned?
Calmness.
Okay, so how do you get calm?
Finding your inner peace.
Self-awareness. You find your inner peace. How?
Accept, forgive.
That's beautiful. It's right along.
Come from love and love everything.
Yeah,
love.
that's true. So, two things to think about tonight. Tonight's all about intention setting, right? Last week we said intention. How do you set an intention when your focus is all over the place? You don't even have focused energy. Some of us are dead. We lack any energy. Like it's this depressed energy. Or we have too much. Like, who did I read? I didn't read everybody yet, but who was over-energized tonight? Tina? You had a little open, right? Active stuff. So we got to be careful. Where's my attention? Where's my focus? We're not getting anything done if we're doing too many things and we're scattered and anxious and projecting too forward. And we're not going anywhere if our energy's all trapped below the heart, right? And we have nothing to come from that nice sense of acceptance and harmony. I just want to say, when we form an intention, there's two thoughts here. You could be thinking negative or you can think positive. Who thinks their thoughts are their own? Like, what I think is just what I think. That's how I think. Or is there something to thinking beyond? Like, do you only think those thoughts that you think? Are your thoughts just your own? Do you create your thoughts? Do you?
It's a combination.
Of what?
Inward and outward, nature and nurture.
Say that again?
It's a combination of nature versus nurture. Inward, who you are, what you are,
Okay.
versus your experiences and how you view the world, how you view the experiences that you are having.
So what predominates in your thinking? How do you
I think it's your choice.
choice to what? Balance, inner, outer?
I think it's your choice on what you entertain, what
Okay.
you choose
Okay.
to allow.
All right. So your thoughts, and then we're moving along, but your thoughts, and we're trying to talk about harmony here because that's what we're searching for. How do you think harmoniously? Think about a radio dial. If you want Studio 54, you want to dance, you're not getting it from XTU, country, right? So you really have to be specific for which station you choose to tune, right? So that frequency, that wave, indicates, right, where we want, what you said, to choose to be, right? And often, a lot of it isn't conscious, right, what we choose. So the unconscious dominates. And that's what sweeps us into a shit show or living consciously and intentionally and focused toward some realization of some intention, some dream, right? But basically, the breaking news is we don't create our thoughts. There is God mind, however you want to conceptualize God, and there is the universal mind of destruction. You have two ways to tune. Whether you're aware of it or not, you're always going to vibe in a certain frequency and gravitate toward that sphere of thought. So you're either into the collective negative or you're tapping the collective positive. Now, if you can do that consciously, that's when you can get your energy right. You can come with that discernment that this practice is about, and you can move forward and really make conscious effort every day to keep filling up with that positivity, what you talk about, the acceptance, the forgiveness, the self-love. But if you're not aware, your energy is leaking all over the place. So tonight's practice is, who said self-awareness? Right, Tina? Somebody mentioned self-aware. It's about becoming self-aware tonight. Tonight we're going to come into that central point of focus in the belly, in the sensual energy. This is the energy that we're intuitive. We feel free. We feel alive. It's like when you're 7 years old, right? No worries. Barefoot on your bike. Nobody calling you home yet. You're just playing. So when you get your power and your center, you can learn how to play. We can play with energy. We can play with the focus. This practice, TRE, is getting rid of all of the crap we've accumulated, learning to come into centrality, neutrality, my personal point of home for me. And I'm the indicator of how I feel and what I do, not anybody else. And it's a practice you can do anytime, anywhere on your own. It's a tool. But why don't we do it? We talk about self-care. I'm going to give you a quick little tool. Now it's your opportunity to use it. It's like brushing your teeth. You get up, you brush your teeth. It's a cumulative process. Why do we have the tools but we don't use them?
You're busy.
Real good. So what keeps us, that inner outer balance, right? The outer takes precedent. Work, this, that. I don't have time. It's just the way it is. So tonight's about making up your mind. Do I value myself? Do I love myself enough? Am I worth the time to make the appointment with me? And to pencil that in my book without being distracted. And if you're serious about it, you'll progress and you'll have each day actionable steps to, guess what? Find your power. But a lot of us don't want to find our power because that's scarier than failing. So tonight I want you to really think about, where is my energy? Where do I let people steal it? To the past, to the stuff that's happened to me that I keep replaying, the blame, the victim. Keep looking for every circumstance to confirm all that hasn't worked. So am I of a fixed mindset that I don't really want to change? And guess what? I don't want anybody around me changing either, because that means I gotta look at myself. Or am I of a growth mindset? And tonight I would hope that you're here because you're trying something new on. And a growth mindset is a little bit of movement, right? Opening, positivity. So where are you at? Just think about that. Where have I been? If I'm a fixed mindset, where's my energy been? To the future, always in worry and anxious? Or has it been in the past in regret? The goal of tonight is to clean out everything below the heart and to come into open-hearted receptivity to tonight being the only moment that matters. Complete reset. It's like writing your story anew. Every day is like a fresh sheet of paper. Growth mindset is, am I ready to every day have a fresh piece of paper and forget all that's been and dive into now and build upon it? That's what this practice will do. The second element of the practice is sound. This is the ultimate harmony. This is the ultimate resonance. So what our heart and what we already know as beings is that we are born in of God mind. We already are attuned, connected, perfect, everything tapped in. But then we accumulate, and some of it's past stuff, but we accumulate all this stuff to convince us otherwise. And we become dissonant, right? So the goal tonight is to surrender and lie under these perfectly harmonious instruments and just let your body surrender. And let everything that's living in you, unconscious, whether it's addiction, fear, trauma, whatever lives viscerally in your body, let it be taken. Try not to judge and just let your body entrain and rise to the harmonious resonance of these instruments. But it's not always that easy because some shit might come up. You might want to cry. You might want to laugh. So this is a safe space. Some of you are brand new, but we're here together to support one another in this group dynamic. Because when you cry, you open for me. You give me permission. If you laugh hysterically, there's no judgment. And whoever is judging, that's what I want you to pay attention to. When you're like, oh, I wish you would shut up. Or I wish, that little judgment that, oh, that's all I want us to start to catch. You don't have to do anything about it. But just listen and watch. It's all about observation. So eventually, as you do this more and more and more, you're going to learn to catch yourself. That's all we're trying to do. All right.